Welcome. Welcome to my Thursday special where I share a case study every Thursday. And today the topic is a participant of mine who is leading a team. And there was a team member who was actually always spreading kind of negative energy, always criticizing, always pointing out what is not going to work, um, mm, mm, always kind of stressing, also often in a very overwhelmed way, to stressing out others. And the energy, that was normally in the team, mainly produced also by the team leader, my participant, who is a natural peacemaker. She always likes harmony, making space for people, listening to people, being positive, being encouraging, and so on. Yeah. So this was how she also wanted to deal with this person. She wanted to convince that person that there was no reason for being stressed out. There was no reason for looking at situations in a negative way. And perhaps you also a person who likes to look at situations in a more positive way. Yeah, then this is perhaps very important for you to listen very carefully what is happening now, because this person, yeah, was kind of triggered. Let me say, this person was triggered by the team leader, my participant. She was all the time trying to calm people down so that they become peaceful and that they would not be stressed out. Yeah. So she wanted to create that kind of environment. But that team member, yeah, was the more she wanted to convince the person that things would be just turn out well, the more stressed out that person became. And by that, my participant was very much triggered, up to a level, yeah, that she really didn't know how to deal with that person. It seemed really that the more she wanted to calm that person down, the more this person became negative, and also directed, yeah, the negativity towards my participant. She was criticized of not taking things seriously. She didn't see the problems ahead. She wasn't a good leader because she was just trusting that everything will just be fine, and she was kind of really bringing a picture into the team, yeah, which made even the superiors being like, what is this now? Is she actually really leading the team, or what is going on? She had, before that, she had no problems. Things went just fine. Yeah? But with this situation at hand, she was really meeting her inner voice, yeah, of being overwhelmed by herself. And then she remembered by that this negative, this negativity, this stressful behavior of what this team member was showing reminded her of her own mom. Her own mom was a very impatient person. She was easily stressed out. She was easily overwhelmed, and then was like, this will never go well, and how should I do that? And all those things came up in her, which actually made her realize that out of the negativity of her own mom, she was avoiding negativity, and she has become a very positive. She always wanted to look at things and people in a positive note. She did not allow herself negativity, to see negativity. Yeah? And that did not mean that she was not seeing like challenges within the team, and that she was not addressing them. Not at all. She was attending to them, she was addressing them, she was solving them, but always with a positive note, always with positivity. She, as soon as also people were perhaps like thinking that things did not go well, she was really convincing and also partially taking care of it by herself, yeah, that things would go well. So the reminder of her mom brought out her inner saboteur. Then she was really, how could you say, she was not stressed up, but she was frantically, looking for a way to convince this person, that she had no reason to worry at all. And she tried to do that. And when we came to work together, she realized, because this is now where we all can chip in, the NEWEX approach, how do you do your thing now? How do you do your thing now? She was a person who is convincing people, towards this behavior as she's doing now, convincing people towards thinking positively. You have to think positively, also for challenges ahead. What she actually was doing, and this is always the essence of a behavior, which is present when it is working and when it is not working, what I call the constructive side of a trait, when we get the results we love to see, and the destructive side of a trait, when we see it's not working, I'm not coming nowhere with this behavior, what I'm now doing, I'm not getting the results that I want, then we are in a destructive side of a behavior. And every behavior, as we have it inside of ourselves, has the capacity to be as well constructive as well destructive. This is why in the NEWEX approach, Inner Voice Power, we always look into, what are you doing now? So don't look at your own behavior in a way that you say like, oh, this is not a good behavior. I have to be differently. I have to be more patient. I have to be whatever you think you would want to be. And this person was actually criticizing, that the urge of making this change was so much. She wanted to be more peaceful in it. She hated it when she was becoming overwhelmed herself and emotional herself. She didn't like that at all. So she wanted to be calm and peaceful and patient, and also to, not to be stressed out because of that. This is what she wanted, but this is not what she did. She couldn't let go of wanting this harmony in her, in this team. Creating harmony in the team. That was the essence of that behavior. That is what she wanted. And the more someone was negative or, overwhelmed, emotional, the more she wanted people to look at the positive side, to calm down, and because of the mom. She couldn't bear the stressful stuff. Okay, so the essence of the behavior is creating harmony where every person actually is allowed to be. That is what the capacity is in creating harmony. And when she was able to develop her trait, and we always pick it where it is. Here she was to convince people that things were not so bad and it was all good and it was fine and there was actually no problem, just steps to take. Sounds all pretty good. But what did it with that team member? With this team member, she didn't feel heard. She was belittled. She wasn't taken serious for what she saw was happening. And she was actually having the feeling that her team leader wasn't take her at all serious. She was incapable. She was not addressing problems. She was not addressing what was going on. For her, this was a big trigger. And the more she was to be convinced that things would be fine, the more she didn't feel understood. She didn't feel heard. Once my client took his trait, as she was actually dealing with it, wanting to create harmony, wanting that things go smoothly and well, and that there was no stress. When she was developing that aspect in herself further, starting by wanting people to see positive, knowing what I want is harmony. I want to create harmony. When that was happening, and she developed that aspect further in herself, not looking outside of what was perhaps a good trait to have, but to take what is already inside of her, that she took and that I invite you to take when you're listening right now and take a go. I have also a situation. Ask yourself, how do you deal with it now? Always take what you naturally do, because this is what we naturally do. We can develop a trait further, but we cannot change into something else. That is not possible. Yeah. So when she did that, she was actually able, to listen to the concerns. And now the most important part, what she was able to, she wanted to know more about it. She was able to create that space for that person with the critical mind. And once, she was able to wanting to know more about the situations, what in the calm manner, very calm manner, wanting to know more about that, then also this team member felt heard, felt that the one who is responsible for the results of the team was listening. She was that really taking her seriously. Once the person was feeling that, she could build up a trust also in her team leader, and calm down, wasn't so overwhelmed anymore. And then also the team leader was seeing that it was good also to have someone who is actually always highlighting what could go wrong, just to be prepared. And this was also okay for that negative team member, because once she felt heard, she could actually deliver herself to the responsibility, or the one who, the decision maker, who was a team leader, because she felt heard. She felt that she was seen in her worries, and was taken seriously. And then she could build up the trust into the team leader as well, as other team members already had. So it was important for her to see what the trait actually was, what is actually the quality in it, which is visible, when it's destructive, we can still see it, and always also when it is constructive. The essence of a behavior, the middle part of a behavior, never changes. And that is good to know. And that is what I want to give you, at this very moment, when you do your own investigations in your own traits. Just look into it. And if you have interest to know more about the NEWEX approach, because this is just one aspect of it, and it has so many really beautiful things, how we can look at ourselves and life and others in a different way. There, I can share that with you. And I give a free workshop on 29th of May. I do that in a frequent way. If you read or listen to this one in a later way and you click the link, you can still register on it, or you contact me. Both is perfectly okay, and I invite you to a next one I might organize. So click on the link, and even if you can't come, don't worry. I invite you for another time when I organize something. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you benefited from it, and to see over and over again, that there is nothing and really nothing at all wrong with what is inside of you. We all have traits that are on a destructive side, sometimes always, and sometimes in certain contexts, and sometimes when they're really triggered off, they can make our life very miserable, and they can give us sleepless nights, as my participant in this case I love to share with you. Meet me again next week, Thursday. You can see me on Facebook and on YouTube. Love to meet you somewhere in my workshops or trainings.